Chief, just give us a overview, if you will, as to just what's happening today.
Well, I'm honored and privileged to be here to inform the public along with our mayor and the good things that we're doing in Country Club Hills, not just at the fire department, but of course we're highlighting us today. But I'm just proud to say that we're doing some good things with improvements to our fire station that we haven't been able to do in a number of years.
Yes, sir. Well, we were talking a little bit off camera at just the significance of the timing, and actually, Mayor Ford, you pointed that out, that the station was built in 2008. You were an alderman, at the time, so it was a pretty interesting economic time. Talk a little bit about the economic times then, and more so what we're able to even do now years later.
Yes. Well, as you know, back in 2008, the market crashed.
Yes, sir.
And from that point until now, we have been able to recover a little bit, but in spite of the state of Illinois not being able to pass a budget, that set us back quite a bit. And then, of course, Cook County and their tax rates and things of that nature has really pressed us pretty heavy here in the city of Country Club Hills. Now, because of that, we had to tighten our belts in the city of Country Club Hills. Myself and the council, we haven't raised our levy in about 6 years, and so we kept it kind of level. So in spite of all of that happening, we are able to do things like this fire station number 2. And just to let you know that there's some wonderful things happening with the city of Country Club Hills.
You touched on it a bit, but speak to how we're able to do this project in spite of the total taxes that the residents are paying.
Well, first of all, as a municipality, we have really looked at our spending habits, and we've cut down on a lot of things that we felt that was unnecessary, and we kind of tightened our belts a little bit so that we'll be able to survive in times like this. We knew that there was tough times coming, and so we had to put in some real good management, and it's called managing your city, and that's what we have been doing over the last few years.
Yes, sir.
Let me just add one other thing to what the mayor said, though, real quick, though, and that is from what's responsibly happened here locally in government. The council, the mayor and the council, have worked to allow us to lead, and they've definitely done some things to keep the levy in place, regardless to the tax equalizer from the state and the county and different things like that. The levy stayed in place. And I agree, the mayor's not a micromanager, and I'm grateful, but him and the council, they work together to allow us to do what we need to do. I've got some staff under me that's done very well, and they've done some good things, and they've gone after grants, and we've been aggressive with grant. We've worked locally here in the region with our different divisions to save money in terms of our Mavis division and the other local departments and cities and that. So it's allowed us to do some things here locally. We cut the budget as the council asked us to cut the budget. So we came in under budget as we were supposed to, and those are things that have allowed us to get other projects going. So what we're doing now, as the mayor had mentioned about the recession and things like that, this building was constructed and opened, grand opening in 2008, and here we are, years later, just now really able to get the driveway and the access points to the building and get our response vehicles out and things like that, and that's what we're doing. So we have a multi-dollar project, a big project with pavement that we're doing on both sides of the building, with the parking lot and the drive area, which is quite a bit of money, but definitely will allow us to get us our vehicles out there a lot better and to respond a lot better.
One question, and you touched on it just a bit, that many residents say, well, how does that help? How does that save us by having pavement now? There may be residents who didn't know what the driveways were like. So kind of speak just briefly to, how that helps in saving dollars, how it helps the equipment that the fire station uses and that such.
Well, access is important, a means of egress. It's just like in anything in your home or around your own property. If you have a gravel surface or a non-paved surface, it makes it, the access or the means of getting in and out a little bit more difficult. Certainly it could be hazardous, it can be not as clean, and and make it more habitable to where you're at.
Yes.
So having that in an emergency purpose certainly gives you smooth and clean access to get in and out of the structure, and certainly safe to get in and out. So there's no slips, trips, falls, and things like that. No one gets hurt or injured and things like that. And that's why you have the improved surfaces the way that you do in your home and certainly in a business.
I'll allow the last words to you, Mayor, just to, if you want to elaborate a little bit more on the working together and the direction that we're going from here.
Well, teamwork is really the key, and I want to commend the fire chief and his staff because they have brought in quite a few dollars from grants, and as you know, that's important. That's how we get a lot of things accomplished through grants, and so they have been really on their game in terms of bringing up grants, writing grants and getting grants and things like that. So I want to commend him and his staff for that.
Yes, sir.
And also, I just want to let the residents of Country Club Hills know that we have been very careful not to overspend here in the city of Country Club Hills, and the money that we save, we're able to do projects like this. And I just want to let you know that there are great things happening in the city of Country Club Hills.